My name is Baranowski. I'm from Southbury, Connecticut, and through the NUin program at Northeastern University, I'm living and studying in Thessaloniki, Greece for my first semester of freshman year.
I was filled with mixed emotions when I heard the decision from Northeastern that I was accepted into a program that I technically didn't even apply for. Thessaloniki was a city I had never heard of, and for a while, one that I couldn't even pronounce. Since my sophomore year in high school, though, I knew that Northeastern was where I wanted to be. But this was almost a deal breaker. Is it really worth it? For weeks, I struggled with the pros and cons of accepting my admission, until one chilly April day I decided, I'm doing it. September 17th finally came, and after too many hours in the air, I took my first steps in the city of Thessaloniki, Greece. I have always been a firm believer that everything happens for a reason, but I just could not comprehend what I had gotten myself into. The Metropolitan Hotel, the American College of Thessaloniki, it all became familiar territory so fast. It was a chaotic mix of extreme culture shock and homesickness, but as time went on, it became routine. I tried to talk to almost every NUin student and quickly bonded with many of them. It's amazing how many friendships I've made in a short amount of time. Outside of school and the hotel, the city gave me all it had to offer. It showed me everything from intense riots in the streets of downtown to relaxing sunsets out on the boardwalk. Everything does happen for a reason, and as the days went on, it became clear to me that this was no exception. Part of our experience in visiting Greece is to give back to struggling communities and organizations in and around Thessaloniki. Through the NUin program, everyone volunteers through different service learning sites. I go to the youth sports club in the suburb of Asvestahori, where I spend 2 to 3 hours a week helping the basketball coaches run practices for young kids. Being an athlete myself, it's such a rewarding experience to see the kids exercising, learning, and having fun together every week. I had my rough days though, sometimes stuck behind the language barrier and feeling like my help wasn't really needed. But in the end, I know that this little town is where I've made my personal impact on Greece. It's not just solely about educating kids on how to play basketball, it's about teaching them valuable life lessons and, of course, having a great time too. And there has been no shortage of having a great time throughout these 3 months. Traveling has absolutely been the best part of my time in the NUin program. Besides exploring Thessaloniki, I also visited other cities and towns within the country. As a group, we got to see the Parthenon and the Olympic Stadium in Athens. We took a boat tour in Halkidiki, got to spend a day on the beach, and I went tubing and wakeboarded at sunset. And I still can't believe I climbed Mount Olympus. It was hard work, but it was absolutely incredible standing at the top and looking over the edge. I discovered so much of Greece, but I also took the opportunity to get out of the country and experience Europe. I bought Belgian chocolate and ate a Belgian waffle for breakfast in Brussels. I also saw all of Paris from the top of the Eiffel Tower, and I visited the Louvre, the Arc de Triomphe, and Notre Dame. I took a picture next to Big Ben and the London Eye, and found the Westminster Abbey, Buckingham Palace, and of course a double-decker bus and a red telephone booth while walking through London. I could never fully describe my experiences of the places I've gone, the people I've met, the opportunities I've seized, and the knowledge I've absorbed during my time here in Greece. While learning about the Greek way of life, I became a more well-rounded and cultured person. There wasn't one day that went by that I didn't miss the little town of Southbury, Connecticut, but also not a single moment that I didn't appreciate the city of Thessaloniki and all that this program had to offer. To think that I used to consider myself unlucky to have not been invited to Boston for my first semester seems completely crazy to me now, because in fact, I see myself as one of the privileged ones. In the beginning, I couldn't figure out why life had thrown me a curveball, but now I see it clearly. I may have doubted it in the start, but everything truly does happen for a reason.